wait, I put on something. Oh, I gotta get this. Holy Toledo. Batman. Oh my goodness. Go to the range today. Let's go to the range. Get some look at the range. Oh yeah. Damn, I put on some weight. What's going on? Holy shit. You can't make this up. I got like a tank, yo. What you looking at? I don't get big as a house, bro. Holy snakes. I'm wearing this one today. Look at that, man. What is it? Got big, good. Oh, my waist is still thin. Wow. Yeah. That's good stuff. Juggernaut about to come out. Can't stop the juggernaut. Real juggernaut come out. Holy shit. My waistline is about a 36. Damn it, I feel like. Oh, Jah. Good gracious. The girl in the small man, she showed her party. My tea. Child. Crack the window here. Come on, come on. You want to get up in there? Come on. It's not fasting yet, but oh damn, they spraying. not going up there. You're not going for it today. What? You're like, I'm taking up the window space, man. Come on, come on, come on. What's up? I'm not doing a laser. Oh, want me to close it? Oh, you smell it too? Okay. I'm gonna leave it open. Fuck. Forget it. It's alright. You go up there. Put my socks and stuff on. Yeah, I smell it, but it's alright. It is what it is. Yeah. It feels so good to be barefoot. You're gonna finish ready them kibbles, man, because I'm not, no more up there, bro. I lost your mind. Let me get this lighting right, guys, because this light is very bright. You know it's LED, but let's put it over this way. I've got the little circle LED. I don't like that thing. All right. Some of y'all like it. I don't. Some of y'all, I'm just not gimmicky. I don't like the thing so bright. And my eyes, I've been correcting them. So, and that's about level. Okay. Timberlands on. I heard this little Pan-African knucklehead talking about, you know, in the Timberlands, that's the tree of the lynching tree. I says, so that looks like, I just got another, I'm gonna share it with y'all, but I said, so that looks like a peach tree. I says, that is what you call the Devil's Tower. That tree don't even exist no more. The tree that fraudulent Ashkenazi Zionist puppet put on the side of the Timberland. Let me show y'all. Put on the sock on my quick. Well, as they say, everything will be right in your face, but there's people who walk around who just talk from the point of discussion and argument, who are ignorant, haven't even stepped into themselves. They'll profess and claim a whole lot of things and know nothing. Okay? I'm gonna break it down for you so you can break it down for some other people, and not everybody's gonna accept it. You see that tree? They want you to believe that tree is on a desert. That is the water. That tree is the tree of life. That is the earth, the enclosure. That is the grand tree that no longer stands. So what do? They put Devil's Tower. You want to know about Jacob's ladder? 33 vertebrae. Letter 33, the constant of 666, protons, neurons, electrons. Look, my nickname is, it's not even a nickname really, but it's Lucifer for a reason. So if you want to believe in the perversion of it, and then these monkeys in California who are hysterically was driven to worship Lucifer, not knowing that they were given energy to a place that needed to be, with these dummies not realizing what they were doing, it's not my problem. Bunch of dumbasses everywhere, whether in the Zionists or whatever, any religion, the people who have betrayed people. And we'll read some more of that today about the betrayal, your betrayal, even your self-betrayal, how you were ushered into it. You can make this stuff up, but it's not even worth it. The people I know, they fear what they don't know. And then what they don't know, they think they can acquiesce and just make up as they go with a little bit of stuff out here, not knowing how things have been changed or placated. Or I know somebody's going to ask, what was that on your head, instead of not paying attention to what was done. I'm not religious. I'm not a Muslim. It has nothing to do with Islam. If you was to go back to the 1920s and 40s, if you can go back further than that, you would know these things. But most of you don't know how to walk that way because, you know, y'all follow Mick Jagger. Walk that way, walk this way. You have to have somebody tell you how to walk. That's not self-appreciation. That's not enlightenment. That is not the truth. Thank you. All right. So we're going to deal with something that might lean a little more towards the truth. Did y'all watch Cure Meals? Excellent. I think it's another part to something he had been doing. So go over there and whatever you didn't see, watch it. Now, I always go and watch my brother's videos. Sometimes I don't finish them all because I went to sleep early last night. I think DJ was still putting some good information out. Ah, man, I was tired. The body required rest. Excuse me. baby. This eucalyptus tea is just phenomenal, baby. Y'all don't know the truth of true appreciation is something hard to come by. We're going to take a little more time. I believe some other people may come in, but you know, when the cowards are afraid, they're afraid for a reason. And there's nothing you can do about it. Okay? They're going to remain afraid. They've got their little monkeys and their little minions, and we're not going to give that a whole lot of energy, but it is what it is. I enjoy saying it because it's comical to me. Okay, I got this right? This number is 525. Y'all can inform people. I'm not informing nobody about nothing. You feel me? They don't want to follow their own guidelines. There's nothing we can do about it. Rich Longwood, what's up? Oh, what's happening? Rondo, what's going on, beloved? What's cracking? What's cracking? Salute, salute. What's going on, tribe? We'll get into it in a minute. I had to open a window. It smells a little weird out there, so that means they really are trying to inoculate everybody, I guess. I don't know. If they're saying it, that means they've already been doing it. Like I was telling people when they destroyed all the pig, the chicken, the beef, all those farms, the animal later, because, you know, I know some people, they created a heat-resistant mRNA. Well, there's different ones. Heat-resistant, up to higher than the oven. And that means that when you cook your steak well done, that stuff is still active once it gets in your body and mixes with your proteins. I'm just letting you know. So if you want myocarditis and all the other crap that they have at it. Eat your steaks, eat your chicken fillets, eat your chicken. Worst thing on the world, pork is better than that. Eat your pigs. It's better if you're hunting your wild stuff, but if they put it in the air, everything's going to have it. Fruits, vegetables, they've already... Listen, I'm not going to get into it. Got to be better here. There's some of you who want to fight. You're going to fight, all right? And you're going to be victorious, but it's not going to end anything. The ones who are sin are the ones that they're afraid of. Just letting you know. Don't have to believe me. You know what I mean? I don't know nothing. I know absolutely nothing. Okay, it's 26, 27. That is at 30. What is it at? 30. Let's go ahead and remove that. 30%. And let's go ahead and we got free up 5.6 gigabytes. Okay, good. Not that I care. I can purchase a whole terabyte if I want. We don't have to do that. Okay, and calm. That's the back door. They have the back doors all up in front of people, and they don't even know what they're seeing when they clean their stuff up. Okay, it's 30. Don't jump on the screen like that. If you're gonna be up there, don't worry about the birds. Do your little thing and let the birds be, please. So yeah, excuse me what I was wearing. I was outside grounding. Hey Lord, what's going on, Akadoi? Much love and respect, everybody. That light is bright as all but Jesus, but they're back at it. Downstairs, they want you to see everything. Up here, because they want me to be, that stuff does, that 78, 80, that 5G don't bother me. They don't get it, but they're too stupid. They are so, and that's the only word I want to use. Give that some energy. They are stupid. Okay. I came up here to do it up here because I'm just comfortable up in the room. You know? Savior of White Oak. He is a this y'all seen that guy on Instagram, Savior White Oak, told me he's Yamasi, now he's talking about black folks, and this is one of these young goofy individuals. You see what I'm saying? Okay. 30. Let me turn that off. Okay. Okay. Some of y'all know it. I'm gonna go ahead and start. Some of you know this, and there's plenty of you who don't. Okay. We got a lot of brothers doing a lot of good. We have a lot of brothers teaching things that are probably beneficial. But you have guys, especially in the Yamasee Nation, that are just getting this blown up thing again. And you have certain individuals, and I'm not surprised because I've really been watching and paying attention. They're very emotionally unstable, and they still, this is what I have a problem with the Yamasee. They don't know real history. Some of the cats now these days, they don't know real history. They want to incorporate this African narrative and this black stuff. And see, these are the ones who shouldn't be speaking for nobody because they don't know nothing else. And when they express that they know something else, it's a quadruple downfall syndrome. It's not to beat up on anybody. When you believe you know everything, or when you believe that you have the answers because of what you've been entitled to, and you can't admit that you've added stuff or you've created things out of narratives that never existed, you're gonna get these individuals. So this white oak, whatever he's going, black folks. I'll make a post of it, and then he's arguing effeminately. See, this is any melanated individual that wants to argue and all that stuff, who doesn't show no enlightenment, but everything is a diatribe of and a succession of further degradation and degrading, which is the same, right? They are the ones you need to keep the furthest away. And I'm not talking about their arms or a stick's length. I'm talking about you need to disembark and remove them from your dynamics completely, because they don't have one clue at all. They will argue, and never ascertain anything other than what they've been scripted into and what they've been permitted and allowed to know. Hold on, let me. So I just invited the brother. Hey, T. Hans, what's going on? Everybody come in and stay. Sit your ass still. And unless you're working, I can dig it. So I just invited the young brother, the youngin, to come on over here. He likes to do Clubhouse. Clubhouse is for a bunch of argumentative idiots. Now, that's my opinion, based on years of looking and watching and ascertaining the controlling personifications that have arisen out of that. And then people who have a hard time distancing or disconnecting from systems and agreements that pursue no true ascension, but more litigational purposes that solve nothing. And if anybody could tell me something otherwise, please do. And I'll pull 100% that nothing gets solved. We're talking about the long run. See, the long run is very short right now. I don't care what people believe or think. But see, we have these idiots in these groups. It's like the people were asking me about the Washita. When you have anybody talking religious, crayon colors, stagnations about this soil's history, and commemorating a false time complexity, I don't pay them no attention because they don't know nothing about which they speak. Let me move this light from over here. I'm gonna put it over here because I'm not actually reading. I'm gonna put it up high. Not like I should have to use it, but because of what they're doing, and this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you know what I'm saying? And you're gonna continue to see that, and that's the stuff that keeps people from ascending, from people eternalizing and becoming the truth, because all the knowledge is within you. This is not some made up stuff. The enemy worked long and hard to get you to not be phonetically connected to who you are. They wanted you to be part of an establishment, a corporation, an entity outside of yourself. The thing is, I'm to assist in some kind of balance. And if your equilibrium is to remain unbalanced or imbalanced, there is nothing for me to do. There's nothing for me to say. Have at it. But if you want to think that you know what you're talking about, now there's no particulars. I've already stated that those are our brothers in so-called Africa. That's not the name of that soil. The fall of Tartaria was great and everywhere. I've proved that over and over. And it's, if not thousands of hundreds of thousands, a plethora of more information that people are coming across and then realizing this, while these certain Indians, these certain Negroes who lack responsibility, who lack officiance, who lack knowledge, are going to keep pushing the narrative of that inside scope of the dynamics of the world lies that our people have dealt with for a short period of time. And this individual even makes the statement talking about black and talking about the Yamasee. I was taught the Yama Nation. It was just like the Confederacy, a conglomerate of the Cherokee, the Choctaw before the Chickasaw State, because I've explained why we separated from the Choctaw. We were one and the same. We are still one and the same. How we became the Chickasaw. I broke down the fact that the Seminoles and the Pamunkey, all of us individuals belong to the Yama Nation. Now the Yamasee set apart a whole different entity, but the Yama Nation was a great conglomerate of all of us during a time of the Tartarian War. See, this is what I'm talking about when you get dealing with these niggas who are still holding on to the education system, the Rothschild and Rockefeller education system, deemed by the OSS, the departure and the disembarkment of their ancestors who betrayed, and they run around in this 60s and 70s narrative of pain and incorporated ideologies. They will never ascend. They will be stuck in that place of comic book aficionadoism, and they will never allow themselves to assimilate to what they're supposed to be, like the things that are needful compared to the things they want by the false desires that are predicated by the system that created their false divinity and their terrible paint by number picture that they've been putting the wrong colors in the wrong numbers. Niggas think they can debate me and talk to me. I don't care about somebody talking about the brother that's trying to bring everybody together and make a tribe. It doesn't matter your background as long as you're indigenous. The Yamasee Nation was a great nation. And then it stretched. And there was a grand, that we fought. And nobody could really defeat us. The problem here, nobody knows the truth of history because they keep running with these individuals who keep pushing. It's like, how you say you're indigenous, but you're talking about you still you Catholic, or you Christian, or you Muslim. Where's that coming from? I'm not here to remove religion. What I'm saying is they don't know the truth because they don't even want to they don't want to steep into what they've been adapted to. Something that they've been nurtured and they've accepted. It's like voodoo. I'm going to do voodoo, but I'm going to bring Christianity into it without knowing the truth of its origin. How do you do that? That's what we're dealing with now. These hazy, A-day, crazy, 2 left foot, 6 right thumb individuals who can't get their heads right. They can't let go of anything. They have been and I guarantee you this individual sitting there with his green little goofy I'm out of Africa, costume on, don't even know the truth of what people wore, 400 years ago. It's mind-boggling when I see these knuckleheads running around with dashikis and don't even know the true history and when they came to existence. They didn't exist 100 years, 120 years, 100 years ago. They didn't exist nowhere. It's like everybody plays a game to create a narrative and then to bring something forth and say, this is who you are. That's like when everybody talking about Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa came out of nowhere. I couldn't find nothing on it. Then all of a sudden, it's got a history. Then all of a sudden, it's celebrated on a day that has everything to do, as I read to you about the Saturnina. See, these people are consistent in the hypocrisy of their own self-destruction because they don't really want to look in the mirror. They don't want to dig deep. They don't want to get inclusive to the truth of their existence. I wish somebody would come over here with that nonsense. He's talking about, and yeah, we could talk over on the Clubhouse. I thought Clubhouse had been destroyed. Whack 100 running around on there like he's some kind of super gangster or whatever. Short ass. So I'm just saying, people have a hard time dealing with this reality. And I'm not here to beat up on them. Speaking a truth or speaking something based upon the facts of the situation. I'm not here. I don't have no hate for the young man, but I see the consistency and the breakdown, the consistency and the breakdown and the delusion that's derived from it. Now, regardless of that little monkey, that shit'll get it together. One way or one day, one way or the other, he'll get it together. Okay? Remember what I said to you about that. It's always in plain sight. Stop listening to these goofies telling you one thing and they don't know half of what they're talking about. That's one of the big problems that we're dealing with today. A lot of people talk a lot of stuff, and they don't know first thing what they're talking about. And even the ones that create things, they'll start believing in their delusions, not realizing they're under the delusion. When you go against everything that's natural, something is bound to bite back. There's no way around it. Okay? There's no way. You can't escape when people start speaking. And yet they say tongues, and speaking and putting energy in the right place. Tongues is BS. A language you don't know is a language you don't know unless you ascertain that language deep in your resources. And if you're unable to do that, how can you confide in such information? It's like me asking you to confide in me talking about Tartary. The thing is, I tell you to look in yourself. I will read to you and I will share with you any and everything I can. But I want baby steps. I don't want you to believe nothing I'm saying. I want you to research it. I want you to acquiesce it. I want it to be a foundation based upon what you find. See, that's the difference. These people are running around with these fictional egos. You see it every day. You know, I think about when Biden saw him out in the pool with the little children and his hairs and how they touched it. And he loved the kids jumping in his lap. I don't want no damn little youngin' jumping on my lap. Who's that? What kind of... And it's not because of, I know what a pedophile and the sickness, because the majority of them say that who are pedophiles. You can't make this stuff up. Exactly, original Lone Wolf, beloved. Exactly. All right? They don't know how to, the old yoki doke. You know what I'm saying, Ronald? But it is what it is. We don't have to even placate that. But it's funny. I'm heating up some of my mushroom potato stew, boy. Whew, I got fresh parsley that I'll put up in there. Let me finish drinking this eucalyptus tea, which is phenomenal. Anywho, I'm watching things as they arise. And I'm sitting here as I was this morning when I was outside grounding myself, well, before I grounded myself, and then after I had to look at it, not to ostracize myself, and I says, whenever they're saying something put to you or somebody express something about what they're doing, know that they've already been doing it. Does that mean that you're supposed to get fearful and everything? The last thing you want to do is become fearful of anything and worry about nothing. Let worry for itself. Let fear for itself. When you start removing that from your dynamics, you don't just acquiesce that responsibility, but the purpose of it. But if you are lacking and lazy, because I know some of y'all ate a steak or ate your chicken fried rice or whatever you ate yesterday because it's hard to curtail for some of you when it's the easiest thing in the world. But then you say, well, if that's the case, one of the fruit and vegetables, if you're speaking that kind of power into the 33rd, which I'm not saying that you can overcome anything, because that's just based upon ignorance, because you don't want to stop or let go of something. If you're not doing something to raise or grow or, you know what I'm saying, to self-center and balance yourself in check, if you didn't get the Jersey Reds and the chickens and have your chicken coop and have them where they're not messed up and then hermetically sealed and make it a place where an environment they can live in, even outside of, with the sunlight still being there, but without environmental airs and everything else, of course, they're keeping everything stacey. We all together, we could have done that. That's why I say, when people say, well, I'm going to have my Chick-fil-A, I'm going to have my Popeye's chicken sandwich. You see how the monkeys ran to that? And that was nothing but pure toxin. There was nothing natural about it. That damn it was tested. That Chick-fil-A chicken patty is just nothing but pure garbage. And you see how the brothers and sisters ran to it? The flame boiled beef patty. That thing is about 75% of some kind of slime incorporated probably with human DNA, pork and chicken and everything else. Look at Blimpies. What happened with them? I mean, Subway, excuse me. Subway. And somebody mentioned it to me and I said, oh yeah, I knew about that. About the tuna. Of course that's not tuna they're using in there. Hell, even the meat ain't real meat. Like, what is wrong with y'all? You saw how that idiot was running around wanting to sex up little children, getting all coked up. They knew exactly what they were doing. And I still see foreigners and everybody sitting down eating this stuff. And I'm like, no way, man. I went and bought sandwiches for people. I'm like, I wouldn't eat that if I was you. What you mean? it's not like we didn't have this conversation. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. See, I can always tell when they're recording, it goes dark and everything. They're supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be digital or whatever. But yeah, even the Bible tell you don't speak in tongue if there is no translator. The whole thing is, we're all supposed to be able to translate, right? So if you're not yourself and you're outside of yourself and you don't know who you are, kind of right on point, right? What is you doing? I didn't even do my chin-ups today, guys. Keep your trigger off the booger finger. I don't want to have it up here because it look kind of stupid. Okay, for training purposes only. Now it look like I'm trying to dig for a booger when I'm drinking. That's my caffeinated backup. Anywho, some people will sit there and say, okay, it's charging good. Some people will say that it's mind-boggling. No, it's not. We have people who believe that they're supposed to be the centerpiece to speak because they have been arguing and debating with people who are less informed. And so what happens is they get this ego and they actually believe that there's something. They actually believe they have all the information and the answers. And then when they start speaking, not realizing there are those of us around who actually know something. All they can do, because of the effeminization, the chemical, the sterilization of them, is start arguing. And then saying things that just is complete bullshit. That's all it is, pure bullshit. And because there are those that keep ascertaining these individuals, they keep pushing this out of Africa based on what my uncle John Amos with Roots. Because before Roots, nobody was talking about some out of Africa bullshit. They were pushing the slave narrative, to which even my great uncles and my great grandma said, what the fuck is that? They were saying, hey, nobody was no slave. Now they said they had a lot of people who fought, who became prisoners, and some of them missing. See, this is the reality of the situation. So when those of us come around and say that, they say, well, maybe you're not part of that. Like, hold on. They don't know nothing about the missionaries and what was coming, and those who knew nothing of the land here when they came here, but the whole world knew about us. They don't want to listen to that thing, or let's sit down and have a time to patiently acquiesce something when I said we're originally not from here. We came here, there was no snows and no ice. They can't listen to that because the only environment they know is the one they're positioned in. And anything that is a derivative of that fictional world. And then they think they have an argument, not realizing that everybody's in it together. See, these are the people you need to divide and separate yourselves away from. Hey, baby, what's going on? Hey, Evelyn Smiley, what's going on? How y'all doing? And people don't want to do that. This little idiot thinks I'm gonna go back and forth with him. He's too dumb. And I don't say that to be mean. He is literally that dumb. And yeah, he's getting information from people who should know better. The problem is you're in a time. Anytime you see people running around wearing moccasin boots and scarves around and painting themselves up, they don't really know that war was different. We can't even find the stones of energy here like we used to have in abundance. They're here and we're just not digging nothing up. You know, when you look at the trolley cars that worked off our natural energy because there were no lines overhead. What did these idiots do? Because they didn't know what to do. They put horses and donkeys on them to pull them. You think I'm kidding? When I express to the brothers in the Yamasee, the so-called Yamasee tribe now, you know, you got your Google masters, right? Y'all know a bunch of them. And you say, what about the Great Tartaria? What about the grand cities and everything? They don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Why? Because they're part of their oppressor's narrative. And so they become their own worst enemy. That means they make you their own enemy. They don't know no better. But y'all keep running up and listening to them. You know what I'm saying? And it's very unenlightening. It's like, I remember I unfriended people on Facebook. Oh, they unfriended me because they were talking so much BS. And I was calling them no hate. I was like, y'all are nothing but Google masters. And Google's one of the biggest lies and hypocrites of it all. And they settle with it like it's okay because it's part of their economy, part of their lie. It's scripted in. What have I done? I've been destroying that narrative, and more people have been coming over and listening because the information is in abundance. And then I share it about the individuals who know better. People really still will believe in Thomas Edison did all that creation. And then when I tell them I worked it and I know the truth, and I say that, well, Thomas Edison was a nigga too, people have a hard time dealing with that. But I say something that catches their tongue, a nigga. Most of the worst words you can use. No, not meaning that it has no real purpose other than that self-degrading, so you further don't know yourself. Like call yourself black, negro, negroid, nigga, and all that other dumb stuff. And this is what's wrong with our people. They're too stupid to come up out of it. The liquidity of it is just like a hedge fund. You see what I'm saying? So and those who come around and realize, they're like, well, wait a minute. Well then, yeah, you've been lied to over and over and over. How do you clear that up? You got to stop right away and stop believing in shit. The moment you stop believing in shit is the moment you want to start knowing some things. That is a drive in itself to redirect and refocus. I got to close that window, y'all. Can't listen to me and learn nothing. What the hell wrong with you? Chicago was filled with those trains all on the north side and through the stockyards. Yo, Miss C, what's going on, beloved? Yeah, Richard. But how about did any of y'all look up the ones that they had to dig up? I told you these motherfuckers ain't make nothing. All this stuff they making now ain't for purposes of destruction and lies. They utilize our stuff here in the Republic of Tartary to transport war. I mean, who were the Underground Railroad operators? And they always saw Harriet Tubman, but you had a few of them brothers, and all the names were well known. You could pull them up, you could find out for yourself. And they were tunnels, round, and come on. They were so indicative and it was so purposeful that they had to draw all that stuff. Every time they came across it, they had to draw what they were finding here, assuming what they were for. And then they turn around and says they made it. They didn't make nothing. They destroyed because they wanted that hidden. They knew about it all around the world. The stuff still exists, but you have these dumb Negroes still with their ass and head out of Africa. Stupid. Disrespecting the brothers and sisters there and millions of ours who went over there. See, this is what I'm talking about. The plight is deeper, but these people are consistent hypocrites. I'm gonna go down here and get my soup right quick. Let me take the last sip of this. Stay right here. Oh, this stuff is so good. Eucalyptus leaf, the tea is just, oh. I might do a little chaga root later when I come on before I read. Y'all greet each other and share love and respect and all that, and I appreciate it. I'm running down and grab my soup. Damn, that is so good. Jesus Christmas. That's the only time I'm gonna say Jesus, because it's so good. Hey, Papa, what you doing, man? I know it's hot. Okay. But don't worry, I'm not going to eat all this. This is no way in the world. This is about two sittings, and that'll be it for today. Let's turn this off. Hey, Dodger, what's going on, beloved? I had to disappear and grab this wonderful mushroom tater. Wait a minute, I still got some time in there. Parsley, y'all. Guess that was time. Oh, let me see here. I don't know about that. Y'all want to know about goodness? Well, I got room tomatoes, about 5 of them, chopped up, de-skinned. I actually heated them up with the torch. Hot water, pull the skin off, poach it in cold water, then cut them up, remove the seeds. That's how you'll see if you want to make sauce. Look at that. Not enough light, huh? Hold on. Oh my goodness. Somebody say, hey, you ain't put no beans in there? No. Usually I put chickpeas in this. Oh my God. Oh, it's got lion's mane, shiitake, and oyster mushrooms, and portobello, black portobello mushrooms. They say don't eat the caps. Wow, bullshit. I've been eating them all my life. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute, y'all. Okay. Hey, Papa. I knew you was right behind me, you little turd. Stay off and stop chewing on the damn Timberland shoe. Anyway, like I was saying, this is not to throw discourse or discourage people from learning from our brothers. Some good brothers teaching. I just don't agree with a lot of things because I know other stuff, but they're very arrogant. I'm not here to sway them in anything. Some of them are coming around and realizing it. And that's the beautiful thing about remaining teachable. We always must remain teachable. Remember, I'm always saying I use references as sources. And also I'll throw it out there that you can use these keywords or look for this particular thing, and you're going to find stuff. You know what I mean? I give shout outs and props to everybody. I'll tell y'all to go and check out our brother Drop 432 on Kiramil. There's a lot of young, and there's some new guys who I got to put on the information. Now, I haven't put it in the description yet because there's quite a few stuff in there, and a lot of y'all not utilizing it. And what's today? Wednesday? Tuesday. I'm really hoping that we can get these books this weekend, but if we can't, I said I'm very patient. I have a clearer, a deeper understanding on patience and time than most. Yet, you know what? They told me to fill your bowl up with them out twice a day, and I'm going to stop doing what I've been doing. Because they said cats and dogs will eat as long as there's food there. What you need to do is curtail that. So he's going to get a little angry. I still give him his treats, though. He earns those. Anywho, because whenever I go out, and if I was to leave for a day or two, let's say if I like to camp, right? I can't take him with me because I'm not walking him on a leash. I really don't want to do the leash thing, even though we're in a time when you can. I just don't really agree with that, Yet, it might be time to actually take him, put the little body harness on, and walk him on the leash. So that way he gets an understanding of the environment he's in compared to what's still in his DNA. But he hasn't had his shots. That's why he does, he's having total recall, like a mofo, but it's a good thing. I need it. It has to be. And everything the enemy is doing, you would think that brothers and sisters would discipline themselves with some form of retrograde to pull back from the obstruction and the abstract that is out here, knowing good and well that many people are sharing that, or they can see for themselves the irresponsibility and a lack of response, right, to certain things that are informative. Whenever you deal with brothers and sisters who want to argue and fight all the time, they're misdirected, they're confused, they're conflicted. When they talk as if they know everything and they have yet to live, and they pay a picture for you, and you and I know that picture painted with photos is always a lie. Anybody that paints the heaviest pictures are the biggest liars. When you see them dressed up a certain way, sitting in a king chair, and some woman coming up looking like some fake ass Egypt, and you right then and there, the majority of people now these days, they know, wait a minute, hold up, what's really going on here? You see what I'm saying? It's not a healthy consortium. It is practical to more division, more separation. You know, they said 36 degrees of separation, right? Or whatever. It's destructive. And because they're putting these pictures up, they have to further degrade themselves in this debilitatory state of thinking in a way that further perverts them, and they actually believe and believe, well, they believe more and more in their lies. It's just, and some of y'all should know that. Which call York spoke on that. Dick Gregory, a lot of individuals, they've shared their bullshit as well, but they've also spoke about when people get into this mind state or they start carrying themselves a certain way, and they say, but you're not who you think you are, you know? Yet you've been doing it for so long, and then you incorporate those things, you become pragmatic, you start believing and you start scripting. I mean, I was sitting there listening to people talk, and I would listen, and I just listen how they start making up shit. And I'm like, wow, you can get that, you can go that far, not realizing that the people around you are not all a bunch of dummies. See, that's what the enemy has done. Made everybody look at each other like they don't know nothing. And so when we get these ones that come in and they alleviate and they bring somebody into a comfortable place, then they start putting their own additives and shit in it. And then you get this whole ignorant, you know, Jim Jones, you know, I'm gonna drink the Kool-Aid today shit. And it's pathetic. And that's what we're dealing with. And you always get these idiots who are going to keep running back and forth, blah, 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 and they're not saying nothing, and you just don't entertain them. You let them just go off script, and you let all these little monkeys and cronies come in and say all the things they got to say, and then you realize how powerful you are. And you realize that, oh, well, they got work to do. It's that simple. I know some of you will say, well, I saw you comment on a post. That's because I wanted to mess with people. And also, you say key things. Or you say things that might be, see, a lot of them come over here and look. A lot of them idiots come over from TikTok who talking smack over there, Instagram, Facebook. They come over here and they look. Looking like dummies. And they think that nobody knows or sees that they're coming over and looking. Jamie Sandoval, all those idiots, they all come. And they go, who's this guy that's sharing this information? Why does it keep growing? I remember I used to go out with our beloved brother, Gaddy Green, and lately he's been using that. He's been breaking things down, and he's been really pulling up a lot of stuff, a lot of information I have. And I love the fact that he's getting grafted, and he's grafted in, and he's really locked in, and he's looking for the very hidden things. You see what I'm saying? Oh, man, we've been going back. We go back when I was on the reservation, Gaddy. And it's a beautiful thing, though, because he's pulling up some real information. Paul Cook, the brother over in England who's traveling around Malta and all them places. Subscribe to our brother and check out what he's finding out. All right? Excellent stuff. He's been on some, he even been on Kermio had him on there. And I've been doing this for a long time, telling people everything isn't what you're seeing. When I was pointing in North Carolina to a certain bridge that is Tartarian, even on descriptions, and then you see these big built bricks and boulders, and I'm like, that was a great castle. You got to be crazy. So some people went out there because they're not that far from there, and they started looking with a different eye. And they're like, damn it, Red Wolf's town, that's a big-ass castle, all covered with dirt and everything. These Zionists, let me tell you something, man, to hide everything from you in the door, but they left the bridge. It's the way to get over the moat. That was once a moat, but the ravine. People are starting to see things. That's why there's sometimes when there's a lot of construction going out in certain places, they don't want nobody going there because these people working on the site are going to come across all these big boulders and marble and everything else and iron from ancient buildings that they've destroyed, that nobody could occupy during wars because there was no time to be in them. And whoever was there, the sentries or whatever, were killed. They bought their behinds off. They don't want you to acquiesce that truth, to become what your ancestors were. They want to keep you far from that. The true Shemitic people, by the narrative, the true Ishmaelites or Israelites, right? That's what you are. All these niggas who all they're talking, oh, you know, this is Egypt. This is the original Egypt, but there was a period in time where it existed everywhere before Tartary was built. Tartary was built with a purpose for it not to come back. These niggas don't know no better because they're stuck in a place that, I'm sorry for saying it that way, but it need to be said that way. Because ignorance is abundant with many who don't know nothing because they don't know. They're scripted in and they accept everything they're doing as if it is the way, and it is not the way. When they're grafted into these things that are outside entities, attempted to recurve and reshape it. And when I tell people, you know, I met this 90, 87, 85-year-old Masonic people, Edinburgh, Scotland, in 87. They don't even know how to sit back and listen. Where's the source and reference? Right here, sitting in front of you. I'm telling you the story. I had to drink 12 drinks. Prove me wrong. Now, this wasn't because I was a drunk. That was the first time I even saw that. And then I come to learn that it was a specificality behind that. So other people had went through it and learned what I learned. And I didn't know that, but because of the way I talk, they got together and they conspired for the goodness. We got to take them. And when I went back after that, I really didn't have a whole lot to say because I was still processing the information that was given to me. Even though I was partying, I had a grand time, man. Them Scottish women, I'm talking about some fine. They was all over me, and there was no sex and nothing like that. But it was just that time. It was a test, and I kind of knew it was, and I maintained myself with respect. Always welcome to go back, but told never to come back there. I don't even know if that place existed after I left because they was old by the narrative. People think it's a game. Not everybody's fortunate to work. That's why when I have brothers who I love and respect tell me I'm a Mason, and I'm like, oh, I just want to grab them by the throat and shake their heads off, man, and say, stop. Not completely off, but shake the nonsense off. Some things ain't meant to be said. People have a choice. And that's why I say you have a choice. I cannot make anybody do nothing or believe anything. You have a choice. You better be careful of how you choose. It's like that Negro, he got a choice to keep carrying on like he do, like all the other ones. Find out in the end. That's all I got to say to that. Well, there's a finding out. You better believe that. I don't care what these monkeys who've been flesh and everything else they've been doing, so what? They've changed their dynamics. They want to hide things. Let them go right ahead. It's been going on way too long. And as we speak, they're speeding it up because a lot of y'all you're discontent. You don't want to do better. You don't want to do different. You don't want to change. When we were growing up, for the majority of us, it was always about change. It's inevitable. But you can be the person behind and the one pushing the gas and the brake. To go and to stop. You have a choice. You take what I'm saying? I'm not here making nobody do nothing. I say, hey, look, donate, right? I'm asking, and people are coming through. But it's usually the same people. What's up with everybody else? That's where, because I do purchase these books. I spend a lot of my fiat. I don't have no problem with that. You done lost your mind. If you don't put that Chinese slipper back, I will throw it at you for real. You're trying to get the insole out. If you pull that insole out, I'm gonna hit you with that Timberland. I'm not gonna be violent. I won't do that. I'm just, I got to talk smack because he looks at me like that when I do that. Anywho, let me get ready to get off of here, man. I don't want to keep dragging on because you know what? It's tiresome. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Marcus, what's happening, beloved? It's tiresome because it's always the same thing over and over and over. And in order to have difference, you got to make difference. You got to be different. And all that believing in shit, that's just, I broke that down. So if people still want to believe in things, You either know or you don't know. Okay? And a lot of people that don't know nothing, they're going to share everything that they knew know. And that's just a bunch of don't know. You know what I'm saying? Man, what can we do about it, right? Well, I appreciate y'all coming to listen. 4:35 o'clock. We'll get our read on. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to get a few more spoonfuls of this wonderful stew is what it really is. And see y'all on 4:35 o'clock. If anything comes across by then I'll share that. All right. I just don't want to be all politically in the fields of that place to keep us far from who we are. You know what I mean? But I appreciate y'all. What was that? They didn't even dig them up. No, they digged on. No, listen to me. They dug up a lot of trains and tracks, beloved. But yeah, there are other ones they built over too. But they dug a lot of them up. The old trains and everything. The mudslide, you think the mud flood just covered up buildings and stuff? Man, it's not the first mud flood. I can't get into the weapon. But no, they literally, because the trucks went right into the mud and they had our people and everybody else out there. And that's when the Chinese came out. They wouldn't build no railroads. They were going, that's fake Hollywood. They were out there digging up the old damn trestles, the trains, and everything. We built some of the most magnificent structures here. They used them in Hollywood. They couldn't duplicate it today. You know? But yeah. Then they started creating their own. You know, once they got a hang on it, reverse engineering. You know, but we don't know how to stay together, come together. You know, we have all these people pushing other narratives and stuff that is just, you know, and that does not deny other people who partook and helped and assisted with us. I told you, Tartary was a different world. And I know you can't, some of you will have a hard time accepting that. When I said the Pelskins who were here with us, and y'all, some of y'all went crazy with that. There were some that looked like the Mongols and Mongolians, but they're not the ones that you see. That's totally different. It was different. Everything was different, y'all. Emissaries and all that. The war was real against something. Some believe it was us against ourselves. But it's bigger than that, all right? And y'all finding out. And you're damn sure on the world's still standing, you're going to find out. Because you're hard-headed. But anyway, I love y'all, beloved sisters and my brothers. I'll see y'all at 4:35 o'clock. Same time as yesterday, all right? Appreciate y'all.